Adjustments have been made to polling stations for the June 5th general election in St. Kitts and Nevis to abide by the COVID-19 guidelines. Supervisor of Elections, Mr. Elvin Bailey, in a national address on Friday, briefly outlined these measures.
Electoral workers and party agents will themselves adhere to COVID rules. Stations will be apportioned into hardly more than 450 to 500 voters. All voters will be expected to wear a mask while standing in line. Persons are expected to stand 6 feet apart while waiting their turn to vote. Upon entry into the polling station, persons will be required to sanitize their hands and temporarily remove their masks for ease of identification. Remember, the staff at the polling station will be equipped with a voter identification list or a picture list. After voting, the voter will be required to cleanse the dipping finger in an alcoholic solution before dipping in the indelible ink. Periodically, about every hour, the table surfaces and the poll box will be disinfected. There will be an additional poll clerk per station whose duty will be to identify and give preference to the fragile elderly, differentially abled persons, and persons who identify and can prove to have pre-existing conditions. Electoral staff will be clearly identifiable by the vest they are wearing.
The Supervisor of Elections listed the 11 returning officers that will be serving the constituencies in the upcoming election.
Constituency 1, Jermaine Lake. Constituency 2, Ms. Sharon Hanley. Constituency 3, Melvin Basu. Constituency 4, Miguel Thomas. Constituency 5, Dr. Vincent Hodge. Constituency 6, Edwin Warner. Constituency 7, Dr. Patrick Welcome. Constituency 8, Philip Brown. Constituency 9, Kevin Barrett. Constituency 10, Rohan Claxton. And Constituency 11, Mrs. Ermeletta Elliott.
He also listed the places where nomination of candidates will take place on nomination day, May 27th.
Consistent with the National Assembly Elections Act, nominations for duly qualified candidates to contest this election will take place at the following places, again between the hours of 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., and will be attended to by its returning officer. The nomination sites are Constituency 1, Police Training School. Constituency 2, the McKnight Community Center. Constituency 3, St. Johnson's Community Center. Constituency 4, the Old Road Community Center. Constituency 5, the Sandy Point Community Center. Constituency 6, the Dieppe Bay Police Station. Constituency 7, Tabernacle Police Station. Constituency 8, St. Peter's Community Center. Constituency 9, the Bath Community Center. Constituency 10, the David Freeman Center of Excellence at Market Shop. Constituency 11, Cotton Ground Community Center. Candidates must be nominated by at least 2 registered voters of the constituency in which the candidate seeks election, subject to the conditions set out in Section 62, Part 4 of the Act. In due course, an announcement will be made of the successfully nominated candidates.
Meanwhile, the supervisor also listed the places where ballots will be counted on election night in the various constituencies.
The ballots will be counted by the returning officer and 1 or more assistants as necessary, starting at about 8 p.m. at the following places. Constituency 1, Police Training School. Constituency 2, the Old Girls School on Victoria Road. Constituency 3, the St. Johnson's Community Center. Constituency 4, at the Virchiles High School. Constituency 5, at the Sandy Point Community Center. Constituency 6, at the Dieppe Bay Police Station. Constituency 7, the Tabernacle Police Station. Constituency 8, St. Peter's Community Center. Constituency 9, the Red Cross Building in Charlestown. constituency, 10, the Hanleys Road Community Centre, and constituency 11, the Cotton Ground Police Station.
There are over 45,000 registered voters. Polls will open at 7 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. on June 5th. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. The Nevis Reformation Party launched its election campaign on Friday night in Cotton Ground at its party headquarters. Bjorn Hanley was unveiled officially as the NRP candidate for number 10 to challenge the incumbent Eric Evelyn of the Concerned Citizens Movement, CCM. Mr. Hanley was endorsed by his mother, a former NRP candidate, Patricia Hanley.
My son is a humble man. My son, he is dedicated. And all he comes here to do is to serve. Yes. He just wants to serve you. Yes. He just wants to serve you, the people of Gingerland. Yes. Nothing more. He just wants to serve.
Mr. Hanley announced plans for the constituency, including reviving agriculture and the Gingerland market.
My first order of the day, I will open up a constituency office. So as your representative, you will be able to come to the constituency office and lodge your complaints, lodge your skills, and we will get to know you better, and we will look at your skills, and if you are in need of a job, I will provide that job.
Acting party leader Dr. Kelvin Daly will be contesting Nevis 9 versus Premier Mark Brantley. He said he will be tackling poverty in the constituency with a focus on providing jobs, especially in the Bath community.
3-year, $40 million plan to redevelop Bath Village. It involves housing. Has to be. 40 units every year for 3 years. These are our seismic, transformative, rent-to-own units. We know the program. I don't have to spell it out for you. You pay your rent. After 3 years, so whatever is accumulated for rent goes toward the down payment on the unit. For poor people can't have the down payment. For those persons who are more affluent, we have another program for you. 0% down, 5% interest.
Meanwhile, perennial NRP parliamentarian Patrice Nisbet touted his record as a member of the Denzel Douglas administration from 2010 to 2015.
I was able to introduce legislation which says that after 10 years and you choose to retire from your employment, you will receive a golden handshake, so to speak. You will get money in your pocket. That is how people work for people. That is how people empower people. And these are lasting returns on the investment that the good people of St. Thomas has made in me.
NRP leader Roberto Hector, who was previously off island, unable to return to the Federation because the borders were closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, spoke at the event on Friday via video link. He was reportedly in quarantine on St. Kitts. He claimed he was denied entry into Nevis by the Nevis Air and Seaports Authority, NASPA.
I surely wish that I could be with you, but I would say to you, I was denied entry and landing permission to my own country by NASPA and the Nevis Island Administration. But I am here, so I advise you to do the right thing. Stay safe. I ask you to observe all that is necessary because we are in a time when we truly need to take safe practices. I wish you all well, and I hope to join you all soon.
Audrey Huey, Skn Newsline.
Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris announced the end of the 24-hour lockdown as moves continue to reopen St. Kitts and Nevis in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. Under the new regulations effective 23rd May, the weekend 24-hour lockdown will be discontinued. However, nighttime curfews will extend to the weekend. The new regulations will be in effect from Saturday 23rd May
this weekend and Saturday the 23rd and Sunday the 24th May. We have put in place an extension of the days of limited operations to the 7-day week. It will be the end of the 24-hour curfew. a total lockdown. While tomorrow, Saturday, the day of limited operations will begin at 6:01 a.m. and end at 7 p.m. From Sunday, the day will begin at 5:01 a.m. and end at 7 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. From Monday to Friday, hours of limited operation will remain at 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. We are now operating near normal every day, save for the nightly curfews. I must remind you that the nightly curfew remains in place and it must be adhered to. It will start at 8 p.m. and end at 5 a.m. next day, Monday to Friday, and it will begin at 7 p.m. and end at 5 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. Our medical experts continue to urge our citizens and residents to take every precaution. We must continue to build our immune system. They advise us to get more engaged in exercise routines, such as walking, as this is one of the ways we fight COVID-19. They recommend that beaches should be open for swimming and exercising only between the hours of 5:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. A physical distance of at least 6 feet must be maintained between individuals unless they are members of the same household. There should be absolutely no beach parties nor picnics allowed. These events are prohibited to protect you. The very life we save could be yours. While some of us may yearn for more social interaction at bars, restaurants, and party establishments in the evenings and on weekends, our medical experts still advise strongly against this. Restaurants are allowed to provide takeaway meals and/or to deliver them.
The gradual lifting of restrictions under the COVID-19 regulations come after the last of the 15 persons affected by the coronavirus COVID-19 was reported fully recovered and released from isolation. Glenn Barth, Skn Newsline.
June 5th is Election Day in St. Kitts and Nevis. Skn Newsline is your source for all things elections. Starting Monday, May 25th, Skn Newsline presents St. Kitts and Nevis Votes 2020, a program providing updates, features, profiles, and analysis on candidates, constituencies, and issues as the country headed to the polls. Weekdays at 12 noon live on sknnewsline.com and the Skn Newsline Facebook page. St. Kitts and Nevis Votes 2020 on Skn Newsline, your source for election news and analysis.
In these stressful times, you need relief, a way to release your stress and care for your health. You need Serenity. Yes, Serenity Mobile Spa, where we come to your home and offer the very best in massage and spa treatment. Your health is our priority as we practice the highest hygiene procedures before, during, and after your treatment. Choose from massages to meet your physical needs, scrubs, facials, waxing, and much more. We also provide our customers a complimentary serving of refreshing local coconut water with each massage. During these restricted times, we urge our customers to stay healthy. We will come to you.
Call us at 762-0157 or 760-8899. Find us on Facebook, Serenity Mobile Spa St. Kitts, or email us at serenitymobilespa869@gmail.com.
Serenity Mobile Spa.
Looking for a clean haircut to make you look your best? Then come to Creative Barber Salon on Church Street, Bastyr. At Creative Barber Salon, you can choose from a wide variety of services: straight haircut, cut and shave, square and shave, children haircut, ladies cut, square, and much more. Customer service guaranteed. Opening hours Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday to Saturday 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 765-0460. Visit Creative Barber Salon today on Church Street, Bastyr, specializing in all styles of haircuts.
the finest in Pandora jewelry at Noble Jewelers.
Port Zante.
Like our Facebook page and get special offers.
Noble Jewelers, your Pandora store, Port Zante.
Candidate for the Concerned Citizens Movement, Nevis 10, Eric Evelyn, said his comments on having 2 jobs as a government minister were taken out of context. The opposition Nevis Reformation Party, NRP, criticized Mr. Evelyn for these comments he made during a CCM virtual meeting last week.
Numerous persons in Nevis actually have 2 jobs and are getting 2 pay. And I want to ask the persons out there, the Nevisians, who have been latching on to this nonsense about the 2 pay. Those of you who are working for government and then you get a second job at Four Seasons, do you work for free? Do you tell Four Seasons, don't bother to pay me, I'm already getting a salary?
At the launch of its campaign on Friday night, the lone NRP representative in the Nevis Island Assembly, Cleone Stapleton Simmons, took Mr. Evelyn to task over the comments.
But I think on this occasion they went a little bit too far, my dear people, a little bit too far. Because here it is. We had a minister of government. And the fact that he's a minister of government, that should tell you that his earnings is not any minor earnings. We're talking about mega earnings. People who are earning within the 1%. They are what I would call above scale salary. High salaries. And this particular minister was able to justify to say that it is not immoral and nothing is wrong with him taking home 2 salaries. And he equate that to the same thing as ordinary people like you. You the hard and working and dedicated people of Nevis, the single mothers, working 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet. He was able to justify that to say that him earning 2 government salaries as a minister, that is the same thing as you.
However, Mr. Evelyn said his comments were in relation to those in the NRP hierarchy who he said were waiting on the party to be elected to get a job.
The statement was absolutely taken out of context. I have nothing to apologize for. I said it on the following night of the campaign that I was referring to the hierarchy of the NRP who are not working and have not sought to find meaningful employment anywhere. And I've made it absolutely clear that the hierarchy of the NRP, they sit around and wait for the NIA elections to try to get a job, hoping that the government will change. And they have that same attitude for the federal election. And I was specifically speaking about the hierarchy of the NRP. Everybody in Nevis knows me, and I'm one who always fight for the right of people. I have values and principles, and I have done so much since I'm in government to assist persons to get a job. So why should I be talking about persons not working and not having a job? It was absolutely taken out of context. The NRP knows that. They have absolutely no issues, and they're trying to make an issue out of this. The people of Nevis know me, and they know me very well. I am caring, compassionate, and there is not one member of the NRP who has a record like me in terms of my public service.
There has been much debate on Nevis as to whether ministers in the Nevis Island administration who serve in the federal government should be accepting both salaries. The opposition NRP argued that while it is not illegal to do this, it is immoral. Mr. Evelyn does not agree. The NRP said in the past its representatives who have served in both governments only took the higher of the 2 salaries. The party has since included in its constitution that none of its elected representatives would be allowed to serve in both governments. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
Discussions between the COVID-19 task force and church leaders have ended in an agreed set of protocols to be implemented for the reopening of churches in St. Kitts and Nevis. According to the document released, several protocols and responsibilities are outlined to ensure that churches can resume operations safely. Among the protocols that must be followed include a limit of 90 minutes duration for church services anytime between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. While churches can hold multiple services within the time period, there must be a minimum of 2 hours between between services. According to the document, this period must be used for the proper sanitization of the facility. Further arrangements should be made for a separate service for vulnerable persons, such as persons with disabilities, underlying health conditions, persons who are over 65 years old, and persons who are unable to wear masks. According to the protocol, separate services must be arranged for such persons, or alternatively, they should access online virtual services. Church leaders are also encouraged to utilize the technology of platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp, and to also engage through video conferencing and local radio and television services. In addition, a set of responsibilities for church leaders have been agreed upon. Church leaders must ensure that facilities have sanitization stations, well-supplied hand-washing facilities, that the facilities will be arranged to allow for physical distancing, including seating arrangements. Singing is now limited to the performance of solos or small groups that practice social distance. There will be no congregational singing. There are several other requirements that church leaders must ensure are in place or are able to practice before they can reopen for services. Glenn Barth, Skn Newsline.
Scan this. Boy, what that stand for?
We are Skn Newsline Waste Disposals.
Oh, so it's I just rent the big bin for when people cleaning the yard and construction project and so?
Yes, we do that.
Okay, so what about septic tank and grease trap cleanings?
Yes, we do that.
Them portable toilet rental?
Yes, we do that.
So what about if I want to rent a sexy bar trailer for like VIP events or my outdoors wedding?
Yes, we do that.
Residential garbage pickup?
Yes, we do that.
Okay. So if my office have a bunch of documents we need shredded?
Yes, we do that.
Boy, I talking to you and you know, but when you answer me, I hearing like 10 people.
That's just the strength of our team working for you. Watch now. Call us at 662-3329 and we'll come and do that for you.
Like us on Facebook.
Quality Diagnostic Laboratory, your newest partner in your healthcare. We offer the latest in on-island clinical laboratory testing, a comprehensive range of blood tests, urine tests, stool and other testing such as cholesterol and sugar testing, as well as hormone, kidney and liver functions, and many more. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory is located at the corner of Keon Street and Fines Avenue, opposite the Greenlands pasture. Our opening hours from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday are designed with you in mind. We are also open on Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for your further convenience. Call or contact us at 465-6657 or email us at info@qualitydiagnosticlab.com. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory. Excellence in performance.
The garbage collection schedule for households will return to twice a week, effective June 1st, disclosed Senior Manager in charge of Human Resources and Communications at the Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, Ms. Jamila Christopher. She made this disclosure on the recent edition of the corporation's radio show, Talking Trash, on Tuesday.
Effective June 1st, we are going to go back into the collection of waste twice weekly. This decision was also made by the GM because of consideration to the staff. Whereas the landfill was closed and our offices were closed, our men still remained out there. And so, you know, in kind, we have kind of let it taper off and allow them to remain home a number of days beyond what the other staff. And this was really to give them back in kind and to show them appreciation.
Even before the curfew period was introduced by the government in response to the coronavirus pandemic, the SWMC took certain measures to protect its staff, including reducing collection days to once a week for the communities in St. Kitts. Ms. Christopher lauded the staff who worked tirelessly during the curfew period to collect household waste and believes these workers are just as essential as the frontline healthcare workers fighting COVID-19.
When you're listening to these shows, you're hearing about the nurses, you're hearing about everybody else. However, at the back end, no pun intended, our staff is right there in that category, our services remain essential.
Ms. Christopher also noted that the opening hours at the landfill and the SWMC office in Taylor's Range returned to normal on June 1st.
We had changed our hours from 7 to accommodate staff coming to work. However, with the implementation of the new curfew hours, we are now opening back up at 6 and closing at 5. So the landfill is in complete full force, where we are open at 6 and closing at 5, accommodating everybody, where before we were only accommodating the essential services. And so the landfill staff is out. Now the head office, we have opened up about 2 weeks ago. What really, we started accommodating just persons dropping off checks. Because due to the fact our bin truck is down, we are not doing the bin services. Hopefully that will be back up quite soon. And so where persons have to pay payments, our conference will remain closed until we get some guidance and some assurance from the COVID-19 team. We're going to keep that because we are monitoring them. We are making sure that we stay within those guidelines.
Talking Trash airs on WinFM 98.9 on Tuesdays at 8:30 a.m. with a condensed video version available on the SWMC Facebook page. As we continue our feature on the teams in the Skn FA Premier League, we put the spotlight on St. Peter's FC. The team from Monkey Hill in the parish of St. Peter's is one that has mixed fortunes in recent times. They made a big splash in 2010, making it all the way to the Skn FA Premier League finals, only to lose the best of 3 series to perennial champions Newtown FC. Their last big success was making the playoffs back in 2015. At that time, they were coached by former Newtown coach Anthony Nets Isaacs. And to their delight, this season, Nets is with them again. St. Peter's may not be contesting for the title each season, but they can be a pain for most teams. Usually they start the season slow, racking up losses and dropped points, before shifting into high gear towards the end of round 1. This time around, on the Nets, it's a totally different story.
This time around, they have had a better start to the season. They've had a good first round. They have been one of the hottest teams just before the league was suspended. They are coached by one of the probably the most experienced, the most winningest out of all the coaches, of all the 12 coaches.
It's not new. I mean, I coached this team for 3 years straight, get them to the fourth. So ain't not new. The players is not new to me. So ain't really like I went to something new. It's something that I've been there before.
After suffering some early losses and a draw, St. Peter's bounced back with some big results in round 1. But it was a 6-0 thrashing of Newtown that was their crowning glory, especially for Nets, who, a season earlier, was part of the Newtown coaching staff.
Their biggest moment of the season came at Newtown's expense. Nets' former team, where he won so many trophies, it came at their expense at 6-0 drubbing to one of the biggest clubs in St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Peter's would want to use that and the other performances they've had.
They followed up that with a 6-1 thrashing of Security Forces FC the following week. But later on, towards the end of round 1, an unexpected 3-2 victory against Ramsville Superstars was one of their major accomplishments so far.
Here comes another corner kick. Again, it's goal. It's a goal. St. Peter's, they won it down to the tall by that early goal by Village Superstars, and St. Peter's has equalized. About the 5th minute or so. So a very good going by St. Peter's.
At Hanley, Tracy Spark a counter-attack. Tracy playing Kimari Rogers. He wins a long battle there. And the ball put to the back of the net. Oh, goal here by St. Peter's, number 13. Puts the ball past his own goalkeeper. And it's 2-2 here at one point. The number 13 for St. Peter's, Lyndon David. Struggle to control a cross ball by Kimari Rogers. A ball fired into the area.
Point, it is 2-2.
Yes, and Simmons picks up the ball. A curling shot towards the far post. Beazle and Morton over the top. And it's 3-2 to St. Peter's. And Simmons, number 7 for St. Peter's, with one of the goals of the season, a curling shot from the left hand side, towards the the Eastern upright curling inside the post. Zella Morton stood no chance, and it's 3-2.
This goal from Kareem Simmons mirrored a similar goal scored by St. Paul's FC's Keith Roy Freeman the previous week. Both goals are quite similar and certainly are picks for goals of the season. Despite those great results, St. Peter's dropped some crucial points, an issue they will have to fix if they are to make the playoffs this season. Currently ranked 5th in the table, they are in the run-in, but still, it's a long way to go.
You care about what goes on your skin. You care about the ingredients, organic and natural products. We have Rituals brand, Victoria's Secret, and much more. Discover the collection of prestige natural beauty. There are too many chemicals. Time to change. Go to Lucky's Duty Free at King's Pavilion Hotel on Bay Road, Bastille. Treat yourself as a princess. Also, Bath and Body Works coming soon. Check us out on Facebook. Open hours are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Give us a call, 466-7059. Lucky's Duty Free. Banners, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woods Right compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multigraphics.